What's good, y'all? Back here, a new damn video. It's been a damn while. Let's get down to this. We're gonna talk about the Eagles coaching staff, the motherfuckers they put together, who they put in. You get the deal. Personally, my bad. I'm starting to like this Doug Pederson hire. Yes, Pederson, not Pederson. Sorry to everyone who commented and wrote me on Twitter saying, "Yo, bro, you said it wrong." Okay, my bad. The Doug Pederson hire, I'm starting to like it, honestly. At first, remember I told you guys I first heard his name on 97.5. Back before he even got hired, I knew he was the guy, and I didn't like it. I was against it. I wanted Adam Gase. I wanted this guy. I wanted that guy. I wanted this guy. I wanted that guy. But what I see what Doug Pederson's doing is he's building a great staff, in my opinion. I mean, a great staff of coaches around him who have head coaching experience, who have been asked to become a head coach, Frank Reich, and others. You know what I mean? He's bringing in all types of guys, from young to old. And then on top of that, I just like the whole how everything's going, and how so far the people they extended: Lane Johnson, Zach Ertz, Selleck. Which personally, I respect Selleck. I think he's a beast. You know, and he'll put his body on the line for the team. But to save money, personally, I would have cut him. I would have cut him and maybe Cooper just to save money, you know, so you can re-sign a Cox and then maybe try to get Bradford, whatever you want to do, you know what I mean? But he got his contract extension. I'm not going to complain about it, you understand what I'm saying? But I would have preferred the cut, as hard as it would have been. But you know what I'm trying to say? You got a young tight end in Ertz who's pretty young. You get what I'm saying? He's the future. You're going to put money on him, and he needs to get more playing time. So I would have done it that way, even though I respect the hell out of Selleck. But whatever. You get what I'm saying? So they do all these re-signings. And they bring in a great staff. I told you guys, if they bring Jim Schwartz to Philly in my last video, they changed to the 4-3, I'm all in with Doug Pederson. I will love this hire. And I do love it, honestly. I don't know if he's going to be a good coach or what, but he's doing what I exactly told him to do. See, when I look at these things, I look at it as if I'm in his shoes. And if I was in his shoes, I'd do the same exact thing. Shit, I don't know shit about head coaching. What do? I go out and get the best possible staff around me. They control X's and O's. I got to teach the players and grow into this so I can become a better head coach. And that's why I think we overrate a lot of these head coaches, because the X and O's and all that stuff, man, it comes from the coordinators, man. They got to coach the team up, and he just has to teach the team. He has to be the teacher, the leader, the commander-in-chief. You get what I'm saying? So I love the job he's doing so far. And just to compare it to Chip Kelly, that's one of the main reasons, in my opinion, Chip Kelly failed. He couldn't get good staff around him, especially for a coach coming from college. And to me, that's because he's not really known around the NFL, if you understand what I'm saying. He doesn't know a lot of people. He doesn't have a lot of connections. Yes, he knows Belichick. He's good friends with him. He's good friends with Parcells, and this guy and that guy. Good friends. But they don't have staff members to just throw him. You understand what I'm saying? And you can see it now. He's with the Niners, Chip. And what happens? He has to bring in, they said, possibly the worst defensive coordinator in the NFL. Worse than Billy Davis. Because no one else, he can't get anybody else. People don't realize that. It's not, when it comes to these staff people, it's not, the team helps you get them here, but when the head coach is the guy, when he comes in, he selects his members. He calls the people he wants to see if they want to come. That's what I'm trying to say. And you got a guy like Doug Pederson, I don't know if he's going to be good as Chip or good as this guy, good as that guy. I'm just saying, he has years in the NFL, so he knows a lot of people. He knows everybody. See, he knows Schwartz. That's why he got him like that. As soon as he walked in the door, bang, come to Philly. They flew right in. So, you get what I'm saying. You know these guys. Frank Reich, I think that's his name, the offensive coordinator. A lot of people, I associate that. He used to be a quarterback, I think. Yeah, he used to be a quarterback. He was a player, offensive coordinator, and he's here for an offensive coordinator job. And a year ago, 2013, I think, when he was hired, 2004, I can't remember, he was considered for a head coaching job. There were some people saying he should be on the thing. I don't know if he got any interviews, but you get what I'm saying. So bring in a guy like that who knows quarterbacks because he played it himself, knows everything, and then you got a guy like Doug Pederson who used to play quarterback, offensive coordinator, And if something happens where Bradford can't, come back, you draft a guy if there's someone there, which I'll get into another video, who I want, Carson Wentz, but who I want and what will happen. But you got guys like that can help. Hell, even if Bradford stays, that can help because they can be that quarterback whisperer. You understand what I'm saying? Then you bring in John DeFilippo, a very young, up-and-coming cat. You know what I mean? From what I hear, what I've seen with the Browns, okay? He's real young. He was a quarterback coach, I think, for the Browns, or was he? I don't know. He was a quarterback coach for some team, then went to offensive coordinator. And I look at what he did. I mean, yeah, Josh McCown looking like a serviceable damn quarterback. I mean, he was out there serviceable. I shouldn't even say that. He was looking like a top 15 quarterback some games. I mean, one game, what was it? He passed for 516 yards, I think, or 498, somewhere around there. That Josh McCown, I will say again, passed for. Hell, he even looked good against the Denver Broncos, even though he threw a couple picks. He made Johnny Manziel look good. I think he helped Derek Carr when he was with the Raiders for a short time. John. So the guy knows quarterbacks. He's young, upcoming, and I think if you bring in a rookie or you keep Sam or whatever, this guy can build him. I look at his track record. He actually helped a lot of quarterbacks, this guy, and made bums good, and that's what you want. So you got two guys who used to be quarterbacks. They know the quarterback position. Then you got a guy who's basically you can call like a guru or quarterback whisperer in John DeFilippo. That's solved. Well, I don't know if the quarterback's going to play better. You get what I'm saying. It's more of an advantage if something happens in your favor. Frank Reich. I hate the fucking fact that everyone comes at me with this bullshit that, oh, man, well, he has a good aerial assault, a good aerial attack. He can throw the ball, but they can't run. They're ranked like 31st in the league, 30th. You know what I mean? That's bullshit. Because you need to look, when it comes to rankings of stats, that's why I tell people stats are lies, rankings are lies, unless you actually watch the games. Go watch the San Diego Chargers from when Frank Reich was there. This year, last year. Now, am I saying he's the best offensive coordinator? No, and I can give two shits because he's not even going to call plays. Doug Pederson himself said he's calling the plays. Probably offense, not defense. That's Jim Schwartz. But John Reich, everyone says, well, good aerial assault, can't run the rock. How do you look at his personnel he had? Okay, I think the first year they had Ryan Matthews with a banged-up O-line. What happens? Ryan Matthews played decent for the first, couple games, injured, out. Well, who's his backup? Brandon Oliver. Oh, okay, an undrafted free agent. He played pretty decent in my opinion. And Danny Woodhead, I think. Danny Woodhead's a receiving back. He's not good when you run the ball. So what do you do best? You have to pass him because he's a good receiving back. That's like if Murray went down, Matthews went down, and we're stuck with Sproles. We ain't going to run Sproles all the time. That's how Sproles got hurt when he was with the Chargers, I think. You got to use him as a receiving back. People need to realize that. Now you fast forward this year, they get a rookie, Melvin Gordon, who I was high on, man. I said he was going to be the next top thing. He had some of the most fumbles in the NFL, couldn't run the rock for shit, and the O-line is trash. You need to take that into consideration. A lot of people who are coming at me saying his aerial assault's good, but his run game's trash. Number two, Doug Pederson is a run-first coach from what I've seen because he has a lot of backs. They run the shit out of it down what they did with the Chiefs. You come here. See, that's what I'm trying to explain to people. Frank Reich, what he had with the Chargers is different from what he has here. He has to be smart. He can't be a moron. Because even a person like me who never coached a day in their life, if I was in the Chargers situation, I would see what they had at running back. And I go to the Eagles, I see that running back is their strength. Because receivers drop balls, they don't know who the quarterback is. The running back's the strength. You got Murray, Matthews, Sproles. Hell, even throw Kenyon Barner in the mix. You got running backs out the ass. You got a possibly, if he plays well this year, an elite running back in Murray. A very, very, very good, in my opinion, underrated running back in Ryan Matthews. And you got one of the most dynamic receiving running backs maybe ever in Darren Sproles. So you got to look at what the guy's working with. So he comes here, there's no way he's not going to be a run kind of offense. Stupid. Same thing with Doug Pederson. Everyone talks about, well, his offense was ranked 30th and this and that. Do you realize that that was Andy Reid's offense? Number two, they were riddled with injuries. The O-line sucks. Jamal Charles was out for basically, the whole damn, well, he did, tore his ACL. He's out for the season. They had some running back named Ware. Niles Davis, was he running the ball? I can't remember. I like him. But Sarkantic West, and they had a bunch of guys, and they were just running the ball. Then they got decent receivers besides Macklin, who got hurt in the playoffs. What you get the deal, okay? What I'm trying to get at is they don't have all the personnel to do what they're doing, especially because you already know Andy Reid. He loves that conservative bullshit. He did it here back when we had McNabb in his early days. He played conservative as shit. McNabb was conservative, and we played amazing defense. I don't want that. You need to take some risks. But then again, Alex Smith, your quarterback, he can't throw the ball farther than 40 yards. I mean, he can, but you understand what I'm saying. Noodle arm kind of cat. So I'm not ranking his offense. I want to see what he does here, fresh start, and as a head coach. And I'm loving what he's doing. Honestly, I don't know why, but I'm liking it. Because you're looking at these quarterbacks. You interviewed Carson Wentz 2 times. A very good quarterback who I'm going to get into later on, like one of these videos. You know what I mean? One of these days. You interviewed these guys. Chip never interviewed shit when it came to quarterbacks. It was, well, we got the Sam Bradford. We got Michael Vick. We got Nick Foles. Fuck that shit. And this is what I'm liking. He's looking at the quarterbacks. That's what you need. He's re-signing. He's getting these guys re-signed. Vinny Curry, who is a monster. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't play all the time. I think he played 50% or 45% of the snaps in 2014 and finished with nine sacks on the season. Who does that kind of shit? So now he's in the 4-3. He's going to play all the time. And Jim Schwartz, once again, is the defensive coordinator, and that is my boy, baby. I love that defensive coordinator because this can be like what Andy Reid did with Jim Johnson. I don't want to get killed on here. I ain't gonna compare Jim Schwartz to Jim Johnson, but you get what I'm saying. Dude's an amazing defensive coordinator, not a good head coach. And I'll name you, and people who bring in the head coach thing is ridiculous. I'll name you some head coaches who, in my opinion, were not good head coaches, but they're good defensive coordinators. Wade Phillips, Buddy Ryan. Oh my God, I'm going to get killed for that. But it's the honest to God truth. They were great defensive coordinators, but couldn't handle it as head coach. So when I look at Jim Schwartz, he was a head coach with the Lions, wasn't that good? Fine. But he's one hell of a defensive coordinator. And I love that addition more than anything. I love it. Because, man, like, I thought Chip was such a good coach. Like, because I'm going back to the staff he had and our staff. But, man, that, always worried me. Billy Davis. And I kind of now look back on it. If somebody offered me and said, look, coach is going to be Doug Pederson. You get Jim Schwartz as defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator is Frank Wright and all this and that, I would say no. But if you let me study Pederson and hear a lot of his things, I probably would take that duo over Chip, Billy, and all that. You know what I mean? And especially because Doug Pederson's less of a risk. But you get what I'm coming at. I love the hires. I hope it all pays off. I hope it all works. But that's about it. This video is running long. I'm so damn sorry for making these long-ass videos. I don't want to bore people, whatever. You get what I'm saying. Let's go, Birds. Like this video, subscribe, and comment below. And one last thing. You re-sign Fletcher Cox now. He has one more year left in his deal, and there's no way in hell, because he's going to have a balling ass year. He's a 4-3 lineman playing in a 3-4 system. You see the numbers he put up? Imagine when he's actually in the system he's supposed to run with a good defensive mind and Jim Schwartz. His value is going to be skyrocketing. You're not going to have enough money to pay him. Get that motherfucker signed now. Let's go, Birds.